now. What up, bro? My energy's hype right now. You know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I literally just did a workout, like right before. So I love my home gym. Right before I got on here to make sure I brought the energy. Facebook might have took all my energy though, because I was on one. So if you got Facebook, go back, watch that live. But I want to bring this message here, and then also I want to bring some people on. Okay, so we'll definitely do that. So if you have questions, like, let me know in a little bit when I ask. What up, Funky Town the building? What up, dog? Funky Town the building, man. What's up, man? Fort Worth. What's up? We all Alabama in here, DC. It's crazy. Denver, for sure. What up, Brenda? Clubhouse, you have to be invited. Yeah, you got to be invited on Clubhouse. I have some invites, but I think you got to be on my phone. So, like, I see some familiar faces. What up, Todd? Good to see you, man. So I want to share some with y'all. Some of y'all on Facebook know I'm about to share. But a lot of y'all know my story. 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, I lost my dream, right? NFL, I lost it. And I felt like there was nothing more to my life. Facts, like nothing more to my life. And so many athletes can relate to that, or maybe you lose something, you can relate to that too. Ain't got to be sports. And, I decided to, with some motivators, my son and one of my best friends committed suicide. I started rehab time. And I didn't know what it was. I just knew I wanted to make change, mind, body, and soul. Why it's so hard to tell you this? Like in 2021, I know y'all know this, but this is just facts, man. Like, nothing will change in your life without making changes. Like, you can hear me preach, speak, motivate, inspire. Nothing's going to change if you don't decide to make change. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people's 2021 is going to look like the rest of their years in their life. They ain't going to do nothing about it. So the question that I want to ask you right now, you can comment below, but what are you going to do about it? And yes, I'm on my T-Shell vibe. So if y'all looking for that, Trent, that's nice. It's sugar, well, not even sugarcoat, but, kind of just to touch your heart. I'm going to touch your heart, but it's going to be a different way. All right. But I just want to let you know, man, nothing's going to change without making changes. And, throughout my journey, I rapped, I had an entertainment company, played ball. I did all these things, man. And I remember being at Baylor, where I went to school at. And I had one teacher, because I had a lot of other teachers that, I don't look like no writer, so they ain't telling me I'm going to be an author. They ain't telling me I'm going to be a speaker, football player, maybe entertainer. That's what we grew up, especially in African-American culture. That's what we grew up thinking we can be. That's the only way to success, right, is entertainment or sports. And for one, I'll get to that in a minute. So the teacher at Baylor, make a long story short, I wrote this story, and it was kind of fabricated. My friends might tell I wrote this story, but she's like, however you want to work, like make your story, write it. I wrote it. I got an A. She pulled me to the side and said, you got a future in speaking and writing. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to hear that. Fast forward, man. I got some great news, and I want to share this news with you guys, man. And I share this with you not to impress you, but to freaking inspire you, because I'm going to be real, and I'm going to just pat myself on the back. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't agree with it. I don't care. I know in 2000. I didn't have none of that. None of that. I just had my message, my story, and I had rehabbers. I had you guys. And I decided to run with it. I decided to commit to it. And every single day I would make videos. Every single day I would go live. I would just put in the ground. I would do events where nobody would show up. I would sell T-shirts out the back of my trunk. I would do all of that. The stuff that a lot of y'all too cute to do. The stuff a lot of y'all too cute to do, because we live in a culture now that a lot of these influencers, they want to, put up the perfection. So you got to think you got to fake it till you make it, right? A lot of people buying things to make them look bigger than what they are so they can sell perfection to you. And I don't care who don't like it. It's just facts. And I never did none of that. None of it. All I did was get it out the mud. Facts. And all I did was go from city to city, lose money, doing 10 people, 15 people events, and half the people were people that I knew. And I did that. I wrote self-published books that sucked. They want you to look up to them and to their expertise, because people think if I be real, then it takes away from my brand. Man, let me tell you something. The greatest thing I ever did was be transparent and be real and be straight up. And I'm a person, I ain't got no machine behind me. I'll just put it like that. I ain't got no machine behind me. I got a straight up podcast, and I'm not saying these things to impress you, man, but to inspire you. I got a straight up podcast. It's just me. I ain't interviewing no celebrities. I ain't doing none of that. It's just me being raw, being real, just like this. And it's the top 5 podcasts in the world out of millions in education. So stop placing limits on your life. You are more than your limitations. You are more than your comparisons. You are more than your failures. Just because you failed before, but Trent, I tried and it failed. It didn't work out. Don't you know that you ain't the same person you was then that you are now? What excuses you making for yourself? Don't you know that? Don't you know there's more to your life? Don't you know who you were is not who you are? Don't you know that? You're not the same person you was last year. You're not the same person you was 10 years ago. You're more than that. You're more than people's opinions about you. Some of y'all are so worried about people liking you. Who cares? Focus on the people that support you, not the people that hate on you. Some of y'all so focused on the people in the stands that you ain't even playing your game because you so focused what's going on in the stands. You got to focus on your game of life. And if somebody don't like it, who cares? You're not living to be liked. All right, we back. My bad. But what are y'all tripping on? If it keep freezing, my internet bad out here, just to be real with y'all. Is it good? Okay, it's good. Okay. I'm here talking to myself, but I do it every single day anyway. I'll be going ham. Anyways, man, I wanted to share this with y'all. So I got an award today. And this might not mean much to people, right? There's people who sell millions of books. There's people who are bestsellers, people who buy their way on the list. There's a lot of things like that, right? But this means a lot to me because, like, my book wasn't a gimmick book. Like, my book was a real book. My picture on the front, right? It wasn't, I already knew just by my picture, by this picture, some people are going to buy it just because of the way I look. It's just facts, right? And this book was stories, not just of me, but it was stories of you guys, like rehabbers across the world. And I wrote this book for that purpose, right? I could have wrote a book, which I'm going to write one about worth and things like that I knew why people follow me for. But I wrote this book because I knew the world needed it. And I got a trophy from my publisher. And I guess it came a while ago. This is from July 2020, but I just got it. And they sent me this. If you can see it, it's probably backwards, but it says celebrating 100,000 copies sold, the greatest you. 100,000 copies sold. And again, like, that's not no marketing behind it. That's not no celebrities endorsing it. That's y'all. Like, that's y'all. It's almost like independent for the most part. Because my publisher, shout out to my publisher, but y'all know if you're in the book world, right? I'm not going to say too much. But that meant a lot to me. Like, I actually shed tears because I started to think about all the boxes that society tried to put me in. As an athlete, you can't be more than that. And it's so hard for athletes out there. And I'm not trying to give y'all a speech about that, but it's so hard to adjust and change your identity because that's who you've been your whole life. You know, for me being a black male and an urban one at that, not clean cut. I mean, I know, you know what I'm talking about, not clean cut, tattoos and dreadlocks and all those things, and still be able to do that and break through. And having a straight up message and not catering, you know, to the fluff, you know, and still doing that. And that's just what was sold in the US. That book didn't even go international. And so to see that, man, is insane. And I just want to say nothing is impossible. And I want to say to you guys watching this right now, you are more than your limitations, man. Stop putting limitations on your freaking life. Please stop doing it. Stop putting limitations on your life. And I don't care if that book sold 100 copies. Like, I was proud of that book regardless. But to see that, it blew my mind. It blew my mind because I didn't think I was no author. I didn't think people would read my book. You know, maybe that's that imposter syndrome creeping in. But to see that, it just made me think, man, you are more than. And that's the message I want to leave with y'all, man. You are more than whatever excuse you try to give yourself, whatever limitation, whatever, stigma, whatever label society try to put you on. You are more than, but you got to believe it. You got to believe it. You got to believe it. I can tell you this all day. I don't be telling y'all nothing y'all don't know. But until you believe it, like you can receive it, but you got to believe it too. Until you believe it, it ain't going to happen. And like I said, this is from a person, again, I don't want to keep harping on this, but y'all got to know the importance of it because y'all just see me now. Like this is from a person that started from rock bottom with this. Like literally started from rock bottom and built it over this last decade because I always served my community. I always served you guys and did my best. And I'm the speaker that don't be ducking backstage and hiding from you guys. I be out there with y'all. I be out there in them streets. Now I'll be out there with y'all. Y'all know that? Y'all know that I'll stay to the last person if I can. Y'all know that? Y'all know I'll be in my inbox as best as I can. That be me. Y'all know that? Y'all know y'all see me out in public. I ain't this one that be like, oh, don't talk to me. Like, that ain't me. Because I'm going to be real with y'all, man. Significance, I've already been significant my whole life because God created me that way and created you that way. So these numbers and followers, I don't be walking around letting it fluff me up, getting me high on life and all that stuff, man. Nah, we all human beings, like straight up. And I think that's the thing that's helped me the most is being reachable. So to all my influencers watching this, like, I want to say something, I'm not. To all my influencers watching this, like for real, man, get back to serving your community as best as you can. And I know it's hard sometimes. I know you can't respond to everybody, but they make you who you are. Like some of y'all be tripping. Some of y'all be tripping. And again, ain't no marketing scheme behind me. You know what I'm saying? This is just real getting it out the mud and rehabbers across the world doing this. So that means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me. And I can throw up numbers, all these people, but at the end of the day, it's just you guys show up and I've always appreciated and I try my best to serve you guys. I know I'm not perfect. I go through my moods where I'm my introverted self where I disappear for a while, but you guys have always been there and you guys have supported me and you guys have probably reached out to me more than people that I was expected to reach out to me going through my situation, like for real. And so I consider y'all family. So shout out to all the rehabbers across the world. Let's bring somebody on because I'm talking too much. And then we're going to go to Clubhouse in a minute and start a room. You love my hair? I appreciate it. Who want to ask a question, man? Or who want to make a statement? What up, Evan? Evan's a solid individual. Absolutely, Evan. Appreciate your brother being in here. Solid one. It's a lot of solid people, too. A lot. It's way more solid people. Don't get it twisted. But, just make sure you're a solid individual. What I mean by that, it don't mean perfection. It don't mean I made mistakes. And I've had, errors on merchandise. I'm going through errors now with USPS and getting people's packages out. And doing my best, like having my team do our best. You know what I'm saying? Like everything ain't always be perfect. I had book farts. I was writing a book. I had video today, internet was slow. So just know that don't mean perfection. It just means that you keep showing up regardless and your heart is in the right place. Your intentions are in the right place. And I feel like more than anything else, when you got the right intentions, man, God blesses you. God bless you. And when people ask, Trent, how did you do it? It's so hard for me to explain how I did it because I believe God did it. I don't believe I did it. It's hard for me to explain the journey. Like, I can't tell you that I did X, Y, Z. Only thing I can tell you is that I kept showing up, I kept believing, and I kept staying loyal to what I said I was going to do. That's it. God did the rest. And I feel like that's how God works. When you take the step, God will grab you and run with you, man, and take you where he needs you to be. That's just how I believe in what I believe in. So when people ask, like, how do you do it? What are the steps and strategies? I'd be like, man, believe in God. Let God guide you. And some people might not like what you do, but if God put in your heart to do it, go do it. And can't nobody stop you. When God calls you to do something. So who we got? My bad. Who want to ask a question? You always say, man, God had a plan for your life before you ever had a plan for yourself. You know what I'm saying? God had a path for your life before you even had a plan for yourself. So when people ask, what you plan to do in the next 5 years? Whatever God got for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep showing up, keep practicing my self-discipline, keep practicing on the things I need to do in self-love. I said a person left you, so what? Yeah, it's true. And I'm not trying to have a I don't care attitude with y'all, bro, but it's like, how long we going to keep telling the same story, right? Somebody left our life. All right, what we going to do about it now, right? If somebody rejected us, what are we going to do about it now? I can tell you I went to so many book meetings and and so many book publishers were like, nah, no, nah, it's not the right one we're looking for, right? I went to so many, and I had other ones that I feel like I knew my worth and I wasn't going to settle. And so you can't be afraid of rejection on this journey. You can't be afraid of the no's. You can't be afraid of it not working out. That's a part of the journey, guys. Like, don't get it confused. You might see the perfect picture posted. You might see the end product, but you don't see the process. And the process is the most beautiful thing ever. Like, the process is what you appreciate on this journey of life. So I want y'all to understand that, man. Like, yeah. So, all right, let me see. I got some requests. Do I make a daily schedule? Yeah, I got my daily routine. But I'll tell y'all this: what's just as important as a morning routine as an evening routine. But yeah, I got a morning routine. Will there be more warrior workouts? Yeah, for sure. All right, let me see video requests. Let's see who wants to go live. Hold on, y'all. All right, I'm gonna just bring somebody. I'm gonna bring somebody on that want to ask a question. I got somebody. Hey, y'all, if y'all video requested, so I'm gonna bring y'all on. So if y'all don't want to be brought on, I'm sorry. Can I share your number? Appreciate it. Y'all want the Zoom? The Zoom workouts are coming, guys. Rare Breed Academy is here. All of that stuff. So let me see. Go live with. Hey, bro, I'm about to bring. Hold on. Cool. You gotta take. You'll come on. uh, y'all love the Zoom workouts, man. Y'all love the workouts for sure. Hey, that's one thing. That's one thing too. Like, to be transparent, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all, like I always am. Like, one thing I need to work on is my consistency with that. Like, I was in a great stride last year. Like, and listen, this is what I feel about working out. I don't feel it's about the scale and losing weight. Maybe it is for you gaining weight, but I feel like it's more how you feel, right? And so for me, maybe it's because my whole entire life I had to work out, right, with sports. But it literally, if I don't do it, it messes up my whole day, like every time. And so I haven't been consistent at it, like especially with my mom's situation. I blame it that, but it was just like I was depressed, man. I was depressed for like 2 months last year. The last 2 months of last year, I was depressed, and it took me working through that. Me getting offline and working through that. And that's the thing. Some of us, we don't work on our own offline self enough, and we're too worried about our online self. And sometimes there's two different people. So I had to get offline. I couldn't sit here and give you guys what I didn't have to give to myself. And so I had to practice what I preach, was protecting my peace. But I say that to say, like, that was one of my commitments this year, like getting back on that, like, because I care about energy and that holds me accountable, right? It's not about the scale. I always tell people, like, throw away your scale. Like, it's cool to watch progressions and stuff like that. Maybe body fat stuff is good for you. But at the end of the day, if you come up with a formula, a prescription for your greatness and your health, and if you do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z is going to happen, just keep doing X, Y, Z. And make it a lifestyle. Don't make it a goal. Don't make it a movement. Make it a lifestyle. Make it a standard in how you live life. And when you change your mindset towards that, when you become obsessed with it, my boy Jay, y'all know Jay. Jay talks about this a lot. Jay talks about, either you can work out of obsession or desperation. And most people wait till they're desperate to make a change, right? Most people wait till the doctor tells them to take care of their health, and then they're desperate. But why does that have to get to that? Why do we have to hit rock bottom, right? Why do we have to lose it all? Why do we have to do those things? And sometimes it happens in life. I hit my rock bottom, but why? Like, why can we work out of a healthy obsession and say, you know what? I want to be the greatest me possible. I want to meet the greatest version of myself. Like, why can't we do that? And so these are conversations I ask myself, like, Trent, why can't you do that? So I'm always trying to find, leverage and internal truths and standards, and to make what I would do a lifestyle. So I'm currently in that space right now where I'm tweaking things and I'm finding the prescription for my greatness in different areas of my life, the prescription for my peace. And let me talk about this right quick before I bring somebody on. I just want to share this. It just hit my heart. A lot of us deal with fear, right? If you deal with fear, let me know. I'm looking in the comments right now. What up, Money Making 1983? I'm working on being the greatest me. That's what's up. All these people. The one that says it is usually the one that is it. Cool. Cool. Okay, so I want to share this with y'all, man. I know a lot of people deal with fear, and I just want to drop this gem on y'all. All right. And it's something that I thought about. I was actually doing training over fear. And as I was working through the training, I thought about this. And there's a few fears people suffer from. And one I think is called, that I call projection fear. Projection fear. And that is simply people projecting their fears on you. And the question I want to ask y'all, and I'm going to just move on after I ask it, is how many of you are living with fears that are not yours? How many of you are living with fears that are not yours? And what I mean by that is, how many of you have been given fears by somebody else? Meaning, maybe somebody told you that you can't be successful, and that seed was planted in your life and you believe that. Or maybe somebody you saw had a failed relationship, so you're afraid to get in a relationship. Or maybe you didn't have an example of a good relationship in a household growing up. Or maybe your parents were fearful in certain things and your parents' fears became yours. Like, how many of you, or your friends' fears became yours? Or, Lord, social media these days, you know, you look out and you see somebody maybe fail and you're like, dang, I ain't gonna go for it now. How many of you have fears that are not yours? It's something to think about, because a lot of our fears are not ours. So just think about that, man. And what sucks is some of us, we're cheating ourselves out of the experience because of someone else's experience. Think about it. But that's all I want to say. I don't want to get too deep in that tonight. But what's up, man? Who we gonna bring on here? I gotta bring somebody. All right, cool. I'm gonna bring Marcus on here. Oh, okay. What's up, bro?
What up, boss? What's good, fam?
Man, just chilling, man. Just, you know, on one tonight. Try not to yell too much because Marley in the other room, bro. But you know, I'm on fire tonight, bro.
You know what I got to tell you?
What's that?
Congratulations. Because you got out here and you did it, bro. And that's a testament to everybody that's watching right now. You dug in. You've been a great inspiration to me to really go for it. And when I say go for it, don't listen to what nobody else is saying. Don't wait on nobody else to do it. You get out here, you figure out the next step, and you go get it. And you did that. So if y'all watching, I hope y'all listening, man. We celebrating. That's incredible.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, brother. Like, yeah, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It was just like when I've received in my life, like, you know, a lot of accolades, bro. Just, you know, with sports, and then, you know, with rehab time, just who I am now. Like, I receive them. But like this one just hit different, bro. Like, I called my dad. Like, it was like I got drafted. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the limitations. Like, for one, it's the book, right? And that book is special to me because, like, my mom's story's in there, my story, like, this whole journey. You know what I'm saying? It's not I don't want to use the word gimmick book, but it's not a book where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write this because I know people are gonna buy it. Like, I didn't have that mindset. I'm like, I'm gonna write this because the world needs to hear it. Even if that world meant 10 people, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why it's special to me, for one. And two, it's like, you know this, bro. Like, let me ask you, all right, you a black man. And it's not just, you know, for a black man or a black woman, you know, just probably what you grew up around too. When you were growing up, did you ever have an envision to be a speaker or author? Like, was that like the Was that like the thing? Everybody like in class, people are like, "What you want to be?" Was like, was that it?
Never crossed my mind, bro. It's like what J. Cole said. We can't be nothing unless we dribble or we fiddle with mics. Like everybody, for me, it was football. That's what I wanted to be, bro. I'm 5'8", 5'9". I'm not finna go to the NFL, but in my head, that's all I could be. And
Yeah,
everybody around me learning to rap. So the fact that turning into authors and speakers, bro, that's a testament to everybody, not just black people, women, children, anybody that's ever been told what you can't do, anybody that's ever been told that you got to fit into this box. Man, look at this man's life. He's showing us all like, nah, man, we defying all the odds. I love it, bro.
bro, that means a lot, bro. That's so true, bro. Like you said, I mean, there's so many boxes society tries to put you in. Like you said, whether it's a gender or your race or even like where you're from or just a lot of your circumstances. Like there are all these boxes that society or people try to put you in. And like my greatest, bro, like it's crazy because I now see kids, like man, like I want to be a speaker or I want to be an author. And it's not just about that, but it's just about thinking and knowing this is a beautiful time of this generation we're living in. Like literally can have an idea and take it to the world. Literally, like there's people who, and you see it, like YouTube, like there's people who cook. That's what they do. And they impact the people by cooking, or building things, or freaking pouring water in a bottle back and forth, right? Or like messing with something and it touches your, like the little sense thing. I forgot what they call it, where it, like the zipper, the noises are different stuff. Like it's that. And so I just love the time that we're in, bro, because literally you can take whatever gift that you have, and even if people don't think it's a gift, like you can take that gift and give it to the world, bro. And so like, this book, other books, and just to see like when they sent me this, I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like I felt like I don't know, man. And I don't, and I wasn't keeping track of numbers, which is probably bad, but I wasn't. I was just like, I don't care how much we sell. Like, I just want to impact people. But I was saying 100,000 people in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. Like, and when I say that, I'm not trying to talk down other people, but like, I didn't have a marketing scheme. I'm not going to air out business. I didn't pay. I'll just leave it like that. I didn't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? It just was literally like, hey, I'm going to get this to the world and see what it does. And so like that's the beautiful thing, bro. So I appreciate you for who you are and what you do and how you show up, bro, because the world needs that. The world needs it.
All I'll tell you, bro, you reaping, bro. It's harvest time. You've been sowing for a long time. You were sowing before any eyeballs was on you. You were sowing out of the goodness of your heart. And so this message was literally God speaking to you to say, look, I see what you're doing. It was all heart. We're going to touch people all over the U.S. and the world. So congrats, man. Thank you for everybody watching. This man did this because he wanted us to be the greatest us. He's here on this live. He's at the text community. He's giving. I'm not just saying this because this is my brother. Like, this is rare. That's why I wanted him to be my brother, because you don't see this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, bro, for showing all of us like how to be real, true, authentic, and go get it, bro. Congrats.
You down with Clubhouse tonight?
Let's get it. Come on, man. I'm not finna go to sleep.
We'll be on the over here.
Bet.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all asking what Clubhouse is, man. I know you need some invites. I don't know. I mean, I have invites, but I think you got to invite people on your phone. But just a new app. It's pretty dope. Look it up. But yeah, shout out to Marcus. Who else want to come on here? I'm going to take one more. It was something I wanted to say too, but I forgot. I totally forgot. It was something I did want to say. How did you get on Clubhouse? You got to get an invite, I think. So like, yeah, I don't think I can just send. I would send out, like, you only get a certain amount of invites. I got like 4, and I think it has to be people on my phone. So I would send it through Instagram, but I don't think I can. Hi, Dad. All right, I got somebody to bring on. Hold on. I don't think I can. Tristan, let me. I can't bring you on, Tristan. I was gonna bring my Tristan in here. Watch. What up, Tris? Right. All right, John, I'm about to bring you on, bro. This is the book too. It's been out for like 2 years almost.
Yep.
What up, bro?
What up? What up?
Man, just in here trying to impact, bro. And so yeah, I saw you on, man. And I just wanted to bring you on. Anything like, I don't want to say ask me a question, but just anything that like you want to share, like maybe like something in your journey, bro. Like, and John, like he's I'll let you explain what you are, but to me, he's a person that obviously a speaker and all these other things, podcast host, family man, has a daughter, a beautiful wife, and just a beautiful family, and so like he's incredible, man, a beautiful person. And the thing that caught me about John is like, bro, like how we connected and just how you like gave value and how you give value to people. And I think that's a lost, I won't say lost art, because I don't think it's an art. It's just a lost thing that people have. Like people want to take, people feel like, oh, I deserve that. But not a lot of people lead with value. And you're a person that leads with value. So maybe you can talk about that or just something that's on your heart.
Yeah, man. I think, to be honest with you, well, first off, congrats. I mean, like what you've done for the legacy of your last name and what it's going to carry on, but what you're doing in a ripple effect for everybody else. I just want to give you that shout out. Yeah, I think what it came down to was dropping my ego, right? When I had this ego and I thought I knew everything. I wasn't able to receive what I needed to receive. Therefore, I couldn't give what I needed to give. And what I mean by that is, going through, the addiction and homelessness and going through the trial and tribulation of my own life and still getting in my own way, right? Jail didn't cure it. Addiction, living in motels didn't cure it. But then almost dying in Hurricane Sandy when I decided to change my life and really make impact first, income second, and make that decision, never knowing how, but just making that decision and just being in love with the process and saying the choice is made tonight. Decision is made tonight, but change has got to be gradual. And I understanding that, and then also realizing like in the end, man, like the side effect of giving is getting, right? In the world we live in, and you know this, man, it's instant gratification. That's what everybody wants. It's like, hey, Trent, let me do this for you. But, within the next 10 minutes, within the next 10 days, I need something back from you. Not them telling you that, but that's where they're coming from. And instant gratification creates long-term regret. So, my wife and I were talking about it, just like organically adding value to people, and what will happen, right? And allowing that opportunity just to flourish through saying impact first, income second. I think a lot of people on here, and in general, they're just looking at find out how to make more money. I want to learn how to make more money. I want to learn the next business tactic. And you and I were chopping up about business today, but in the end, it's once you could understand the habits, the values, and your standards, and how to stay disciplined to that, and income's a byproduct. So, when I'm walking every single day, this actually came to me. I was speaking at an event, and my mom was the first time she ever saw me speak, and it was a Q&A, and she was like, "What does legacy mean to you?" And every time I thought of legacy, I'm thinking of your video right now talking about the dash, right? Yeah. Every time, like when people come up to the dash, how are they gonna feel? And I would preach that, so I was blue in the face. But in that moment, man, something just clicked. It was like, it's not just about the dash. Like, it's about living a legacy so I can leave a more empowering one, more impactful one. So I see that full circle because every day, first off, you got to identify what is your legacy, what do you want to leave, but you got to identify how do you want to live it today. And so I really just challenge myself daily, and I'll challenge everybody on here, like, challenge yourself, how do you want to live your legacy daily? Every conversation, you were living a legacy, and whether it's good or bad, right? Rascal Flatts, any country fans out there, has a song. It's not if they're going to remember you, but it's how they're going to remember you. And it's how they're going to remember you after you're gone. It's how they're going to remember you after you leave the room, because that means everything. And so I just look at it, I'm like, man, how can I live a legacy on a daily basis to leave a more empowering one, more impactful one? And the cool side effect of that is you actually get to see that legacy flourish, right? And start to just go ahead and evolve in front of you. So many of us think we have so much time, right? We're waiting to live our legacy because we got time. We got time. Well, it's sad to say, but as we take our current breath, somebody's taking their last. And because of that, if you can't have the understanding to maximize your minutes and live a legacy so you can leave one, you're going to continue procrastinating. So for me, talking about leading with impact and just like what will happen and adding value first, I just had to understand that, like, when you lead with impact, income will come. But most importantly, you leave a legacy not by the money you leave, but by the impact you make and how you make somebody feel. And so I'm just trying to make somebody feel hopeful, make somebody feel good, making somebody feel happy, making somebody feel clear, whatever it is in every conversation I have. Maybe I don't even say 2 words, but I'm just listening. Maybe I ask a bunch of questions. But in the end, if I could say each day I'm living my legacy so somebody could then go ahead and create a ripple effect for their life, I know the legacy I leave when people do walk up to the dash is going to be unreal for what I've done for not just my last name, but having it just a little piece of the story in everybody else's journey. So that's kind of the reason why I do it. And I never used to do that. Man, I used to be a taker, right? But I used to be a taker after I was a giver. Let me tell you what I mean really quick. So I used to give. And I think what happened was because I was giving so much, and when I mean giving, you know, it probably wasn't the best stuff, right? Like I was throwing parties, right? And giving, you know, money and buying people food, like not value, but like materialistic type things at a young age. And I think what I realized was like, I'm doing all this and they don't care. They still don't care about me. So I'm gonna go take. And then that didn't do anything, right? And then it just came full circle of like, you were doing it right the first way, but you weren't doing the right thing. You were giving materialistic things that don't really matter. Give true value, and you'll get the true return. And I think that's how it all kind of unfolded in that journey.
Whew, man. Hey, I was gonna like give you a hand clap, brother. Like, man, I appreciate the value, bro, that you just brought to people. I'm just watching the chat as you're speaking, man. Like, thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you do, man. And thank you for the impact that you make. And I know and I pray that your words tonight set with somebody's hearts. And I know it did because I'm watching that. And you're right, bro. Like, I love what you said. I'm probably messing it up and butchering it, but you know, you live a legacy to leave one. And that's so true. Every single day is your legacy, you know. Yeah. What you're giving to people, your kids, how you show up, how you interact with people, and what you do. Like, when you think about it, you know, I don't want to say put pressure on you, but it puts intention on you if you allow it and you live a more intentional life, knowing that, like you said, bro, when we talk off here all the time, like, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I want to know that today was my last day, and we hear this a lot. If this was your last year, how would you live? And most people say that, but they don't really feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lives that and leads by it, bro. So I appreciate you.
Man, it's my pleasure. And here's the thing, man. It's like everybody that's listening right now, they just got to bomb my Clubhouse. Man, I got to turn these notifications off. They're just piling up on me. You know, everybody listening has to realize, like, even where you're at today, even if you're at a pretty bad spot, like, today could be the day that you decide to take the pen back, right? Let me be really quick with this, because I talk about this a lot, about your story is being written, right? Your story is being written. And you alluded to before about, like, your fear, right? Your fear is probably not even your fear, right? It's your mom's fear, it's your son's fear, whatever it might be, but it's your brother's fear, it's the friends from high school fear. Well, they got to realize, like, the story is being written, but is it being written by you? You know, like the last chapter, who was that written by? Was it written by your mom? Was the chapter before that written by the ex? Chapter before that was written by your boss? Like, every single day, the story is being written. And most people aren't able to grab the pen and write their own story. They're letting everybody else write that story. And once those people write the story, they leave, and they don't care about what happens in the next chapter. They just came to write that chapter, knowing it's probably not going to benefit you. And they keep grabbing that pen. You keep reaching. They keep grabbing it from you. I think it's just time for people to grab that pen for themselves and just write that story, right? Write that story, and never let anybody else grab that pen back from them, and hold on to that pen and start living life on their terms. So many people are just living like a life that's on everybody else's terms, living a life that's in their parents' beliefs, in a life that's living in their school teachers' beliefs. And what they need to understand is that when you're laying in that casket, I'm gonna get deep here and dark, but when you're laying in that casket, it's gonna be you and their beliefs, or it's gonna be you and the beliefs that you created through the progress and the process that you went ahead and you fell in love with. And so grab that pen back. Anybody listen, I don't care where you're at. Maybe you're sitting there like, man, I'm broke. I don't have anything. Trent was there. I was there. I lived in motels. I lived in tents. I lived in my car, right? Every successful person failed way more than they ever succeeded. But they didn't do it until they took the pen and decided, nobody's taking this from me. I'm writing the chapter. I'm writing in this next chapter. I'm writing the next chapter. And so take that pen back. Anybody listening, take the pen back and start writing your next chapter. No matter if it's at the bottom, in the middle, it doesn't matter. But it's time to take the pen back and start writing your story. It's time. And that's what I think it's people need to hear that tonight.
Hell yeah. I ain't say yeah like that, bro. But man, bro, I don't even want to say anything after that, honestly. I want to let that sit with people. I appreciate you, bro. And thanks for being who you are. Make sure y'all follow this man. And yeah, bro. Man.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure. Keep doing your thing, brother. If you need me, let me know. Anybody that's in here, go make sure you show massive love to this man because he's up here right now at 10:18 and he's adding value to you guys. So, he could be doing other things. He could be laying in bed right now. And he knows that somebody needs to hear a message. And he takes that serious. So serious that he's willing to sacrifice a few hours of sleep to give back. So all the love that you give him, don't stop because sometimes we need just that reinforcement that what we're doing is being heard. So make sure you let him know that what he's doing is being heard, but most importantly, being taken action on and things are changing for you. So I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, man. I'll catch you in Clubhouse.
For sure. Well, on that note, with those two guys coming on here, Marcus and John, we're gonna end it. I want to let that moment sit with you guys, man, and just really think about that and internalize it. And don't just hear it. Please don't just hear it. Really thinking about it and feel it. It's the difference between hearing something and feeling something. And grab the pen. Right? So I always say you're a choice away from a new beginning and a commitment away from a new life. A choice. Literally, you heard John talk about how he made a decision and he decided. Marcus's story, same thing. If I bring up anybody else, same thing. It was a choice and decision. You're a choice away from a new beginning. That's it. Turn the page, grab that pen, and start writing a new chapter. And it might not go the way you think it should go, but it's going the way that it needs to go. Always believe that. All right? Well, guys, I'm about to go to Clubhouse. If y'all on Clubhouse, get on there. I know it's an invite-only thing, so some of y'all are like, I want to be on Clubhouse. I'm sure they'll open up to the public here soon. But basically, Clubhouse is an audio app. And it's pretty cool. Like, there's no videos, no pictures. Make sure you follow me on there if you're on there because we're about to do a room. And you come in the room and everybody can talk. It's just cool. It's like AOL chat room, but audio these days. So research, you want to know more about it. And excuse me. I'm definitely coming on here more. I know I've said that before, but I am. Like I said, I'm in a much better place where I feel like I can give and I can serve. So many people pour into my life offline. I'm grateful. The guys that y'all saw here are two of those guys and other people that pour into my life. And, those are things that I needed. And I wanted to share that and show that with y'all. Like, we all got to go through seasons. We all go through our seasons. We all have our chapters that suck. Our chapters that seem like they're not fair. But as John said, man, you got to still grab the pen and say, okay, well, I can either be stuck on this chapter for the rest of my life and allow this to become my story. Or I can say, you know what, this was a chapter in my life and I'm going to continue to write my story. And so I decided to continue to write my story. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all join. If you're not a part of my text community, I know a lot of you are. Text me, 817-242-2719. I'm going to do some book giveaways randomly. I'll post the winners probably on my Facebook stories tomorrow. But I'm just going to text somebody, like, hey, you want a book? So just hit me up on there. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. It's Clubhouse time until Maria tells me I got to get off. Peace out, y'all.